Alright guys, welcome to the next vlog, and John Mike, why on earth are we in the middle of the woods?
We are in the middle of the woods because we are standing in what was a amusement park on the west end of Louisville, Kentucky.
Ooh, so we got footer, old PTC car, wood. This one's still attached to a footer. Like, can we just acknowledge this thing? Like, holy crap. This is like totally still bolted in, and we got look at this. That's like what you would attach the wood to. It's still solid in here, completely. Like, where did you say this was, like the turnaround?
Yes.
Or something? So tell us about what this ride was.
So what we are standing in is what is left of the Comet roller coaster for Fontaine Ferry Park that was on the west end of Louisville. The coaster was built in the late 40s, early 1950s, and operated until 1969, when the park closed for the first time, when the park reopened as Ghost Town on the river under different management in 1972. The coaster operated again until it ironically closed with the park on its opening day for the 1976 season after a fire at the front portion of the park.
Yikes, yeah, not very good.
No.
So it's super unfortunate, but it is insane because this park closed years ago and there's still remnants here. So you were saying you believe that this is a rusted away PTC car, and what was the logic you were saying of how you know that is? Because it looks totally like, you know, it doesn't look anything like it.
Oh, of course. So obviously there's still some skepticism here with calling it authoritatively a Philadelphia Toboggan car, but the part that gave it away was this piece of molding right here, because if you recall some other Philadelphia Toboggan trains, some of the older styles, so think such as the Beast, Racer, etc., they all have this silver molding that would go along the top portion of the car where you would sit. So whenever you were on those trains, if you look and you see that molding piece, like that's an individual piece of molding that was placed onto the train itself.
Yeah, pretty cool. So this is like just sitting here. It's pretty durable too. And this wood, that would be part of the structure. There was a piece that still had nails in it. Where was that? That was, look, here's a bunch more pieces. Look, there's a bunch more footers and like pieces just like sticking in the ground. Like, look at this. That one's still attached right there. Where was that? There was, like, if you can't tell, we're kind of in the middle of nowhere. Okay, excuse me, I'm just gonna step on this footer right here. Oh, look. That was definitely part of the ride. And
so was this.
Oh, let's see, where's those nails in it? Oh yeah, look at those. Totally. So what year did you say this closed again? 76. It is 2018 when this is being filmed, and there's still pieces here of this old wooden roller coaster. That is insane.
So what happened was, after the park closed, it sat vacant and dormant until 1980, 1981, when the city of Louisville acquired the entire property. And of course, when they acquired the property, they didn't really have a need for a Philadelphia Toboggan classic wooden coaster. So they essentially just shoved it over on itself and left everything here.
Yeah, it's insane. And like, it's kind of hard to tell, but we really are like totally tucked away. We had to like hike through this woods for like a little bit, but like outside, like back there, it is literally a park with like swing sets and like just walking areas, like people with their dogs and stuff, and they have no idea that back here there's remnants of this old wooden roller coaster. It is totally insane. Look, here's another piece with a bunch of nails in it. Like, this stuff, this just doesn't happen here.
No,
like, you don't just find this in the woods. And, you know, so it's a piece of history that tells us there was something that was actually here. And there's like, you were saying there's a plaque in the park that is commemorating this place. So we're not making this stuff up. We didn't find a bunch of like bricks in the woods and we're like, oh, it's a roller coaster. Like, no, this is like actually legit. Look, another footer. Gonna step on this one. Yeah, this was like an actual ride, and there's footers all over the place. There's a bunch more down here. Here, let's walk this way.
Okay.
So I showed you this piece that's still attached. Here's one. The footers look, they're pretty big and they're like very blocky. And some of them, if you can't tell, we're kind of on a hillside. So this was a terrain coaster. There's no POVs of this thing, but I imagine it's like on RCDB, right? Like you can find it on there.
This is listed on RCDB. It does not have any photos of the ride. Photos are available. I know that the University of Louisville does have some in their library archives of Fountain Ferry, but outside of that, there's not really much.
Because it's just so old. There wasn't.
Just so old.
There were like I'm guessing very few cameras out at the time and stuff. So like this thing is ancient. So like this is actually the 4th abandoned amusement park that I've been to. Most recently it was Joyland, and that one closed much more recently, like within the past decade or so. And so there was a lot more left over. This thing has been around for decades and decades and decades.
And it's just so crazy to think about. This is where the people of Louisville, where even some famous people such as Frank Sinatra visited this park.
What?
Yes. That's something I forgot to tell you earlier.
Oh.
But no, so like this was the place to go for a while. Obviously there was competition just upstream with Coney Island, but still like this park had notoriety all the way up until its first ending in 1969. And then of course when it ended in 76, 77, nobody really cared because Kings Island had opened up at that time.
Yeah.
And
well, and Kentucky Kingdom followed shortly, and some people don't know, part of that, the building stuff were actually patterned after this park. Like obviously they don't have a roller coaster that's like Comet, but they patterned when the park opened. It was kind of like part of it was inspired off of Fountain Ferry. So pretty neat stuff. So we're standing in history. And there's not much, but
you want to go see a road rail growing out of the ground?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so yeah. Wow. This is like legit what the coaster was running on.
And
oh my gosh. There's still nails in it. Like you can't deny this stuff. Like this is like you can find the same type of thing on any wooden coaster. Oh my gosh.
That would be the top road rail of the ride.
Jeez. Look how twisted it is. Like what the twisted timbers is going on here. Jeez. Wow. So this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, man. Well, I think that'll do it for Fountain Ferry. We're gonna go do a little bit more exploring, but I hope you guys enjoyed getting a little look at this like totally abandoned amusement park. And as you can see, there's not a whole lot left, but we still got some cool nuggets like these footers and running rails and stuff. So pretty neat stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Make sure to stay tuned for more vlogs coming soon. We'll be heading over to Europe shortly, so there'll be lots of vlogs coming soon from those. And of course, if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to do so, and we'll catch you guys later.